friends, welcome to a new vlog. If you are new here, my name is Kim. I am a second grade teacher in West Michigan and I have not vlogged in quite a while. I did not post a video last week because I was really sick. I just was not feeling well at all. I had some clips from the week before, but it honestly was just like a hectic week and I did not feel up to editing them. I had this like horrible pressure right here, so I had like really bad sinus stuff going on, but like especially a horrible like sinus headache where it all was like between my eyes, and I literally was like walking around like this. I slept a ton. I started to feel sick on Saturday of last weekend. As I'm filming this, it's Sunday, which is the same day I'm planning on editing and posting this. But I started feeling sick last week Saturday and I thought I was just really tired. So I tried to just like sleep it off, and then I woke up last week Sunday, so a week ago from today, and just felt horrible. And I was convinced I had the sickness that shall not be named. But I took 3 tests and they all came back negative. So it was not that. It was just like a horrible cold, and there's been like sicknesses going around and stuff, so you know, it is what it is. But I'm finally feeling better. I like just started feeling better like a couple days ago, and it was not very fun. So we actually had Valentine's Day off, like my whole school district did, because it was our midwinter break. And so that actually worked out really well because I probably would have had to take a sick day that day if I didn't have it off. So I was able to take that day and just rest all day. I tried to make it through the day on Tuesday because I kind of felt like, you know, I was gonna feel better maybe if I got moving and stuff. Yeah, it didn't happen. So I got to school and I did have my Valentine's Day party that day. So I had it in the morning, luckily, because I had some parents coming in and they could only come in the morning, well, at least for one of them. So anyways, I had the party on Tuesday morning and just felt miserable. Like I just was so achy breaky. Like I was literally like walking around like this. The kids were like being a little bit loud, like not even like loud, but they were like a little bit loud, and I was like, oh my gosh, I literally cannot, like I cannot do it. So it was pretty miserable, but I was able to get a guest teacher in for the afternoon, so I left at lunch, and that was a good decision because I literally got home and just slept. So I basically slept my whole week away. I did not feel up to coming in early. I did not feel up to doing anything extra. This was like a bare bones, bare minimum week for me. I mean, I say that. We celebrated Valentine's Day and it was like super fun and stuff, but yeah, it was just not a fun week. Not a fun week. I did not feel well. My husband was actually on vacation, so I was like home alone, which I absolutely hate to be by myself. Like I am the worst, and I couldn't really have anybody over or like go do anything because I was sick. So I was just like sad and I was sick, and it was just like the worst week. But here I am on the mend, and I actually went and got some Starbucks this morning, and I made myself pause from drinking it so I could show you it because I think this might be my new favorite drink. I hadn't tried it before, and oh my gosh, is it ever delicious. I only took like 2 sips on the way here, but it's so good. This is the iced oat milk shaken espresso, brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso, I think is what it's called. And I got 2 pumps of caramel syrup in it because I just knew I wanted it to be like a little bit extra sweet, and oh my gosh, it's so good. I remember when this first came out, a bunch of people were like obsessed with it, and it was like on my to try list, but I just like don't really go to Starbucks a ton. And so anyways, I haven't tried it until now, and it is so good, and I've been missing out all this time, and yes, I'm really enjoying this. So now that I've shown you, now I can officially drink it. So life is so good. So I'm feeling very pleased that I went to Starbucks. As I think I already told you, it is Sunday morning right now. I'm logging into my computer. It is Sunday morning, and I was debating. I'm like, do I go another week without posting a video, knowing that then that's 2 weeks without a video, or do I buck up Buttercup and head to school and just film like an entire vlog in like one day? And I'm like, that feels like a good idea. So I'm going to take you through. I'm going to talk to you about what we did for Valentine's Day. It was a ton of fun, even though I didn't feel well. And then I'll just talk to you about some other like random stuff around the classroom, some other random things, some things that are going well, and hopefully give you some ideas. So I'm going to finish getting like all set up on my computer. I'm going to drink a little bit more of my coffee, and then I'm going to tell you the 411. I'll tell you what we did for Valentine's Day. I'll tell you all the things that I can possibly think of, and hopefully you won't mind that all of this vlog will be like in here this morning with me and my coffee and this outfit and all that stuff. So So anyways, okay, let me do what I need to do and then I will move you around and we will chit chat. So one of the local churches dropped off these bags for teachers as like little treat bags, which I thought was so nice. So I was just looking through this. I just got this morning. I went to the lounge and saw it. So let me dump it out and we'll see what's inside together. So on the little sign in the lounge, it said, "Teachers, you deserve a break." And then, oh, I get it, because a little Kit Kat break. Oh, so cute. Oh my gosh, I love these things. They're so good. The oats and honey Nature Valley bars. So fun. What is this? Are these tissues? I think these are tissues. Yep, tissues, some little mint, some hand sanitizer, and I love tea, especially green tea. Green tea is like my absolute favorite. So yay, that's so sweet. Okay, so let's talk Valentine's Day. First of all, I did have each of my kids make these love bug little crowns, and like, come on, how stinking cute are these? I actually still had this example one from last year because I had my 5th graders make these too. I still have the pictures of them. Obviously, I'm not gonna put them in this video because they're like pictures of children, but oh my gosh, were they ever adorable for my 5th graders, and my 2nd graders loved them too. So they were pretty easy to make. These are actually from, I think Pre-K Perfection is the name of the store on TPT. I will link them below, but they are so stinking cute. My kids thought they were so much fun to make, and I will say I was smart this time because I have my kids make crowns like fairly often. Like we just made this one for the 100th day of school. I never got around to coloring mine, but this is the one we just made like the week before. So I love making crowns, but they always take longer than I think they will. So this time I was smart because there was like a bunch of different pieces. So I actually had them do all of the cutting and gluing and assembling on Thursday of like before Valentine's Day, because originally we were going to do our party on Friday and then we had a snow day and blah blah blah. So anyways, I had them do all of the assembly of it on Thursday so then they could leave it on their seats on Thursday night, like when they left, and then so that way on Friday, it would have been Friday, but then we had the snow day, so really on Tuesday, when they came in, it was already ready to go and they could just enjoy like wearing it all day versus like it taking forever to assemble. And like I always have kids take so long to come in the morning, like there's always like delayed buses and some kids just like get here later, and so anyways, if I tried to do it in the morning, it just like doesn't really work very well. So I am definitely going to continue doing that where we like start it the day before, because also what worked out really nicely is the kids who are really quick and like know how to cut and glue and do all the things, they became helpers. So they walked around and helped any kids who needed help, and it took like way less time than normal, because usually in the past when we've done them, I do it during breakfast, so they're trying to like eat and cut, and maybe they got there late and blah blah blah, and it's like everyone's running around. And so anyways, it was just so much more seamless this time, and then we got to wear our little love bug crowns all day, so that was super fun. Also for our party, I did Valentine's Day stations, and I was lucky and had some parents come in and volunteer to lead stations, which was really nice. So I had a science station with conversation hearts where they made a prediction of if the conversation heart would float or sink in the water, and then also they just like talked about some observations that they noticed about the conversation heart as well. So there were 3 different liquids. It was vinegar, water, and soda, and then they just like had to document their findings, and I believe I got that off of TPT. I don't remember if it was a freebie or if I paid for it, but if I can find it again, which it should just be in my purchases, I will link it below so you can see that. I want to say it was a freebie, but I don't remember 100%. So I had a parent lead that station at my back table, and it went really well, and the kids like loved it, and it was super exciting. And then also we did another station with conversation hearts where each kid got their own box of conversation hearts, and they had to do a bar graph to show how many of each color they had, and then they could like eat them when they were done. And then I also had a letter writing station. So I just had some cute like Valentine's Day paper printed out, and then I wrote the names of like a ton of different adults in our building, and they could write different like notes of encouragement or like Valentine's Day notes or whatever to different teachers or staff members that they appreciated. So that was one station. And then the last station was like a STEM building station, and it was mostly like Play-Doh, and there were different challenges of things they had to try to create with the Play-Doh, and the kids like loved that one because we like never really used Play-Doh as like a station, and so they had a lot of fun with that. So yes, it went really well. It was nice to have like extra adults in the room. Like I said, I wasn't feeling super well. Actually, I was feeling like pretty horribly when we were doing that, and so it was extra nice to have extra people just like helping out in the room, and the parents really enjoyed like helping out, and it was just a ton of fun. So also it's like so fun to see the kids' faces when they're like, oh my gosh, my mom is here. Like it's just very exciting. So that was Tuesday. It was so much fun. And then also we did exchange Valentines this year. So I did a Sign Up Genius. If you haven't used Sign Up Genius before, I highly recommend it. And I paid like nothing for our Valentine's Day party, which was like wild to me because usually I'm the one who like goes out and buys everything. But I like tried to get out Sign Up Genius early enough that parents like had time to go pick stuff up, or grown-ups if there's other grown-ups who are contributing as well. But I asked for like kind of a lot of stuff. Like we did strawberry floats. So I asked for like strawberry ice cream, cups, spoons, straws, like all the stuff with that, soda, licorice, like just lots and lots of stuff with that. And then also like the conversation hearts, and I asked for tablecloths and plates, and every single thing was donated. So that was like really awesome. So I paid like nothing for our party, and the parents like were super great about sending in stuff early, and just like were really, I don't know, kind about it. Like parents who didn't sign up like emailed me and they're like, hey, do you need anything else? And I was like, no, like I think we're good. But that was like so kind. So one of the things that I had people sign up for was white bags for our Valentines, and a parent actually ordered these on Amazon, and these are like nice ones. So I had the kids like decorate these little bags. They're like little gift bags. I was thinking just like the what do you call them, like lunch bags, but like the brown paper bags, but like the white version that they sell at like Walmart and stuff. So that's originally what I was envisioning, and these were like way nicer. So I really like these. If you're able to get these for next year, if you exchange cards, I highly recommend them. He just told me he got them off Amazon, so I don't know like the exact like link or anything, but they're really nice. So the kids decorated both sides, and we did that. We had like an indoor recess, I feel like, or something. So we did it during like an indoor recess, and then the kids got to like have it look however they wanted to look. I brought in like stickers and construction paper, and I like gave them some ideas, but I basically just like kind of let them loose, and they turned out really cute, and the kids were like super excited that they got to like design their own bags. I did have one student who brought in like a box that she had created at home with her grandma, and I just said that's fine if you want to use that instead, like no big deal. But most of us use this, and most of my kids exchanged Valentines, not everybody. But I did give the option, like if they didn't want to bring in their own, or they weren't able to bring in their own, I had like some backup printed cards that they were able to hand out instead. And a couple of my kids took me up on that offer. Also, another thing that made my life so much easier, that I think I heard this on Instagram, I want to say, but I heard somebody recommending like don't have them write anything in the to section of the Valentine. So just leave like the to section blank and sign their name, because then the kids can just like walk around the room like bag to bag, and they don't have to like run all around like looking for the specific names. So I did that, and it was seamless. Like we all lined up. We started at the same team, so we all started at team 5. We dropped 1 in every bag. Then we went to team 4. We dropped 1 in every bag. Team 3, team 2, team 1, 1 in every bag. It was so easy. Like it was so easy. It took us like no time at all, and it was so nice. And then we just got to enjoy our little strawberry floats and like live our best lives. And honestly, like it was just a ton of fun. Like I had so much fun, and I definitely will continue with like the stations and stuff, especially now that I like have an idea of what to do for each one. It did take me a little bit of time to decide like what I wanted to do for each station, but I liked it as like a party because it was still like kind of academic, but it was like really fun. So yes, we had so much fun with Valentine's Day. We just had the 100th day of school recently too. We did not do anything for Groundhog Day. So we had Groundhog Day recently, didn't do anything for it, but we've done like book buddies recently. We are celebrating Black History Month this month. We did Lunar New Year. So I feel like February is just like jam-packed. Like we have so many different celebrations and different things to focus on, and it's just a ton of fun. So yes, 100th day of school. I will link these below as well. And then also we had glasses to go with these, but I don't know where mine are, so I'll just pretend like this. So yes, it was a ton of fun. Also, I will insert the picture right here of what I wore for Valentine's Day. I ordered this vintage vest off of Poshmark because I have decided I am a vest girl. So yes, I wore this cute vest, and then I wore my little bobber headband, and I also had some glasses on for part of the day that were like the heart-shaped glasses that I got off Amazon that I think I showed on my Instagram, maybe, I can't remember. I showed them somewhere because I remember like linking them for people. But yes, I tried to make it super fun and super exciting, and then my kids were pretty bummed when I told them at lunch, because I had a little lunch bunch in here. I've been doing lunch bunch like every day recently, so I had like a little lunch bunch in here of kids eating at their desk, and I wasn't eating anything or taking my mask off, and they're like, Mrs. Halls, why aren't you eating? And I was like, well, I'm actually just about to go home, so I'm just gonna eat at home. And they're like, what? You're going home? Why are you going home? And I was like, well, you know, Mrs. Halls was like walking around like this all day. I don't feel good, whatever. And they were like, oh, we thought it just smelled kind of bad in the room and you're plugging your nose. And I'm like, no. They're so cute. So Yes, it was a wild week. It was a stressful week. I just did not feel good, so that like added to the stress. Like really, like there wasn't anything super stressful about this week. It was just that I like really did not feel well. So yes, that was Valentine's Day. All of that to say, I feel like I've just been like rambling on, but if you have any wonderful ideas or things that went really, really well in your classroom for Valentine's Day, I would love to know in a comment below. I'd love to hear some ideas for things that I could change in the future. I love holidays. Like, I love them so much. I love celebrating with the kids, and I am a firm believer that you can celebrate with any age group. Like, I had so much fun celebrating with my 5th graders last year too, and like they loved their crowns. Like, I remember my 5th graders last year, like they thought they were so funny, and like all of them wore them on the bus, like all of them. So you are never too old to have a good time. That's what I always tell the kids. And when I taught 5th grade, we would always talk about our cool card. I don't remember if I've talked about this in a video before or not, but basically I say that everybody has like their cool card. And sometimes when you get a little bit older, you wear your cool card like right here on your heart, and you like internalize it a little bit too much. So like you're always worried about being cool because your cool card's like right on your heart, and it's always reminding you like, ooh, don't do that, it's not cool. Ooh, don't do that, it's not cool. And you just worry a lot about being cool. So I talk about how you need to take that cool card and put it in your back pocket and just be you and enjoy life. And if you think about picking your nose in public, then you just take out that cool card so quick and you say, nope, probably not gonna pick my nose in public. But otherwise, you just leave it in your back pocket and you have a great time. And so many of my kids, when I taught 4th and 5th grade, would like reference the cool card throughout the year. Like when we would do like go noodles and stuff, they're like, I don't even have a cool card anymore. Or Mrs. Hall's, I'm stomping on my cool card and stuff. And it's just like so much fun. So I always pride myself on not being cool. I'm not a cool teacher. I'm not a cool person. I just live my life and enjoy it. And then I always say like, look at how much fun Mrs. Halls is having because she's not cool. Like, you don't need to be cool either. I do occasionally miss my older kids. I don't miss teaching 5th grade or 4th grade, but I do miss like those relationships and those kids, if that makes sense. Like, I don't miss the content, but I miss the kids a lot. But I love these kids too. Like, they're just so sweet, and they just look at me with these big eyes, and they just love school, and it's just a really good time. So anyways, I am going to show you some other stuff around the room, show you what we've been up to, show you all the things, and maybe give you some ideas of some things that we are working on. So here we go. Okay, so I showed you my puzzle table, I think in my last vlog, so like a couple weeks ago, but little update, I really have not given my kids a ton of time to work on this, but they love it, and this is what they've put together so far. So I just got this puzzle. It's like a 2-set puzzle from Dollar Tree, which now Dollar Tree is $1.25, so you got to get the 2 puzzle to make it worth it. But anyways, I got that. This is what they've done so far on this one, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. I just keep the hand sanitizer right there so they sanitize before they get started. And originally I was thinking I would have this as like an early finisher thing, and I kind of have, but I don't always offer it because sometimes I like have other stuff I need them to do instead. So that's why it's like not fully done. Otherwise, if they had a lot of time, they probably would have finished it by now, because this has only been like, I don't know, probably like a handful of times that they've worked on this. But some of my kids are like super into it, and they always ask if they can do it, like if they have extra time. So that's super cute. So yes, puzzle table is going well. I highly recommend making one if you are considering it. It's just on like a poster board, so that way I can move it around. Like if we need to use the stage, then I can just like put it somewhere else without all the pieces like falling all over the place. So yes, but it's just on my stage right now at the front of my room. Okay, here is the reality of teaching. This is what my kids' book boxes look like right now. Usually I have somebody go through at the end of the day and like check all the book boxes and like help clean them up if they're messy, but clearly we did not have time to do that on Friday because they are like all over the place. So, oh well. And then also same thing with the library. Usually I have the kids go through at the end of the day. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I can tell like my books are mixed up because the labels don't match. And then like who knows what's going on in that section. So just like the reality of teaching, sometimes the classroom is a hot mess express, and it is what it is. And then also sometimes my space is a hot mess express. So this is like my back table area, which I do a lot of teaching at my back table. And like this is what it's looking like right now. I just kind of have stuff everywhere. And like these bins are not very well organized right now. And you know, it is what it is. And this is our lost and found currently. I think there's 3 different crowns in there that the kids made. Also, we have whiteboards, all sorts of fun stuff. Not sure what that is. Ruler, clipboard. It's pretty full. Okay, also I wanted to share with you these little vocab cards that I've been making. I've just been whipping these up in PowerPoint. So I just put the word in English, the word in Spanish, and then a little picture to go along with it. And then just so I can find these quickly next year, I put the unit that we're on and the week that we're on in our curriculum that has like this word in the story. I just started doing this recently because my student who started the year as a monolingual Spanish speaker, she sometimes will come across words in English that like we say in a story or say in a sentence or something, and then she'll say, Mrs. Hall's, I don't know that word. What is that? And so we'll quickly tell her the word in Spanish as well. And I do have a good handful of my students, probably about half of my students in my class are bilingual. So they speak Spanish and English fluently, which is amazing. They are just like incredible. And I don't think they realize like what a gift that is, but it's like so special. And we just like love talking about the words in Spanish as well. So like if I don't know the word in Spanish, then a student will tell her like, oh, it's this word. And she'll say, oh, nice, cool, sounds good. And so anyways, I thought it would be cool if we just started like posting them around the room, or I might put them on like a little binder ring or something, or like is that what they're called? Binder ring? Yeah, a little binder ring so I can flip through them. I don't know. I haven't really decided. But for now, I've just been like using them at the back table. And I just have some words from our story this week. And so anyways, this has been really fun. And it's been a great way for me too because I am on a Spanish learning journey. So there's certain words that like I don't know either. I mean, some of them are cognates so I can figure them out. But some of them are not. And so it's just been really good for me to learn some new words. And then for my students to learn some new words as well. Okay, so a few of you have recently reached out and asked me how my Spanish learning journey is going and like what I'm doing to learn Spanish, so I thought I would give it to you just in a quick little summary. So I do take classes twice a week through italki, which is like one-on-one online tutoring, and I've done that since June. So twice a week since June, I meet with a tutor for like about an hour session, and I absolutely love it. My tutor is the absolute best. I love her, and we're friends on like Instagram and TikTok and stuff too, and she's just like one of my favorite humans, and I would love to go visit her someday, but we will see. I don't know. She's already said I can come stay with her if I want to, or I could stay in like a hotel near her and she would like show me around. So I don't know. That's like a dream of mine someday. So yes, I do that twice a week. And then also I just recently started reciprocal Spanish classes in my city. So it's where people are paired together. So native English speakers and native Spanish speakers are paired together with somebody who's like at a similar level as they are in like the opposite language. And then it's a 2-hour class once a week. So the first hour might be all in Spanish and the second hour might be all in English, but it's the same lesson just in like both languages. And there's 2 different teachers. So there's a teacher who teaches the lesson in English and then a teacher who teaches it in Spanish, and it flip-flops. So like if one week it's in Spanish first and then in English second, then the next week it will be in English first and Spanish second, if that makes sense. So I am loving that. My partner is amazing. I love her as well. We actually went and got coffee this week and just chatted for a couple hours. We stayed until the coffee shop was like closing down, and we just had so much fun, and we like text on WhatsApp and stuff too. And so that has been super awesome, and I'm just really, really enjoying that class and those like other opportunities to practice speaking the language, because I think it's one thing to like read in Spanish and write in Spanish, and those are great skills to have as well, but those do definitely come easier for me because I can like sit and really think about those things, whereas when you're speaking, like you have to just know it on the fly. We do have conferences coming up next month, and I do not feel comfortable at this point because I am not fluent yet. Like I don't feel comfortable having them without a translator because I'm worried that they're going to like ask me a question and I won't know what, you know, the specific words are. And we do have a lot of parents from more than just like one space. And so in Spanish, obviously, like in English, there are different accents. So you can have, like I have a student who's Venezuelan, you might have a Venezuelan accent, or my teacher for my new class is from Peru, so his accent's a little bit different. And even like within Mexico, like most of my students, their families are from Mexico, but like my tutor is from central Mexico, whereas some of my students are from like northern Mexico, and a lot of words are different. Just like in English, a lot of words are different if you go like from state to state. So anyways, I just am not comfortable enough that I like know enough of the vocabulary to be able to understand what those parents are saying, and I don't want to like misspeak or say something incorrectly or not be able to answer their questions or whatever. So I am still going to be using a translator for my next conferences, but I'm hoping maybe I can speak in Spanish so they won't have to translate what I'm saying. So I'm gonna really practice, and I probably will practice with my tutor, and I'm gonna like write it all out beforehand so I like have it on a piece of paper ready to go just in case I like forget anything. But I'm really, really going to try to do some of my own conferences like in Spanish while still having like the translator there, if that makes sense. So yes. And then also I do Duolingo every single day, and I did end up buying the premium version. And the reason why I did that is because I felt like I was wasting so much time watching the stupid ads in between every single lesson. So I usually would only do like 1 or 2 lessons a day because I would get so sick of the ads. And now I can do like as many a day as I feel like. So I always do it first thing when I wake up, and then I almost always do it like before I go to bed. I'll do it again because they do like double points or whatever. Like if you do it in the morning, you get like an early bird little reward thing that you can unlock. And then you can do it again like later. I think it's like after 6 p.m. If you do it anytime after 6 and you like equip the little double point button thingy. I don't know if this makes any sense, but anyways, you can get double points. And so yes, I do Duolingo every day as well. And I do really enjoy that too. And I just, you know, try to talk with my students in Spanish often. Like if I don't know a word in Spanish, sometimes I'll ask them. And my student who is still learning English, who is mostly monolingual, if she's not understanding what I'm saying in English, then I just switch over to Spanish and I try to explain what I'm trying to say to her. And then usually I can figure out enough that she'll understand like what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense. And it's just, I don't know, I just like love these kids. I love getting to practice with them, and like they're so sweet and thoughtful. And sometimes like I'll say something and they're like, oh, Mrs. Halls, you probably shouldn't say it that way. You actually mean this. And they'll like tell me which word to use instead. And I don't know, they're just very sweet. So yeah, I'm really, really enjoying learning Spanish. I'm like not very good with commitments, to be honest. Like I'm the type of person who's interested in something for like 10 minutes and then I like stop doing it. So I'll take up like a bunch of random hobbies and then I never like follow through on them. So the fact that I've been pursuing this like almost every single day I'm practicing Spanish. I mean, every day I'm practicing in some capacity, but just the fact that I've kept up with like these classes and stuff, like I am really proud of myself because it is a lot harder than I thought it would be. And sometimes it's really frustrating because sometimes I'm trying to speak like fluently and I'm like, oh, like I don't know all the words and it's really frustrating. Or I think the most frustrating thing is when you're talking and you're like, shoot, I know what this word is, but I can't remember. And you're like trying to rack your brain. So it definitely can be frustrating sometimes too, but I'm really enjoying it and I think it's really important and I like just desperately want to be able to speak fluently. So that is the end goal. So if you have learned a second language, definitely let me know in a comment below, especially if you learned a second language as an adult, because I feel like that's definitely different than like as a child as well. So if you learned a second language as an adult, can you let me know in a comment below what tips do you have, what tricks, how did you do it? Because it's like such a feat. It's so amazing to me, like people who are bilingual, people who know like 5 different languages, like I just cannot even comprehend how that is real. So let me know in a comment below, how have you learned a second language? Are you currently pursuing learning a second language or third language or fourth language or fifth? Like I would love to know in a comment below. Also, I do want to tell you that I've been looking into some master's programs for potentially EL or TESOL, which is teaching English to speakers of other languages. So I've been looking into that. I don't know if I'll pursue it or not, but it's just something I'm like so on fire for right now. And I can see myself doing it long term. I originally had planned on pursuing a master's in ed leadership, and honestly, I'm kind of glad I didn't. Like, I don't know, maybe I still will, but I don't think so. Like, I feel like the longer I teach, the less I want to be a principal, if that makes sense. Like, I always thought growing up that principals were like the ones who could really like make a difference and like had all this say and like could, I don't know, foster like this great community. And now I just see like there's so many different not fun things behind it, and they definitely don't have as much power as I once thought they did. So I don't know. Anyways, all of that to say, I don't really know if I want to do ed leadership. So now I'm looking into TESOL and we will see. I'm like definitely interested in it. So maybe that will happen, maybe not, who knows. But yes, I feel like that could have been a lot shorter of an answer. That yes, I'm still working on learning Spanish. It's going pretty well. It's harder than I expected, but I'm sticking with it. Okay, so I know that this vlog was probably not super exciting because I feel like it's just been me like chatting to you the whole time, just like all in the span of like the 2 hours that I've been at school. Or like hour and a half probably, but I apologize. I will try to vlog this upcoming week. Luckily I'm like feeling better again. I think my voice is pretty much back to normal. I don't know, I can't really tell. I was like super congested for a while, so my voice just sounded really funny, but I think I'm back to normal. I think so. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know in a comment below all of the different things that I asked questions about. So Valentine's Day, what did you do? What tricks do you have? What are you going to try next year? What's like your biggest secrets for Valentine's Day? And number 2, any secrets for learning a second language or third language or fourth or however many amazing languages you have. I would love to know in a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.